USY Delta Mike 06. 6LOL, Sonora. WA6AHA, WA6AHA, AA6S, you're on, Mike?
N6AJ, N6SWR.
N6SWR, AA6S. N6SWR, AA6S. Go ahead, Ben.
Roger, AA6S. I thought I was hearing a different call. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a shout tomorrow night again on 432, but I'll be about a block and a half from my house where I have clear airspace all the way to Visalia.
I may not be here tomorrow. The wife's coming back from the mountains. I might take her out to dinner. I'll see what happens. If I'm here, I'll be here. But if you're that far away, everybody should be able to hear you, because you're coming in, no problem at all right now, and I don't even think the antenna's pointed at you. N6SWR, I'll move the antenna. AA6S. Go ahead, Ben.
Roger, yeah, no, but it's VHF. Tomorrow night's UHF, and I guess I have some shortcomings there with, I've got 160 watts right now, and on UHF I only have 50.
Well, I think I peaked the antenna a little bit better on you, but your Q5, no problem at all. I think the S meter just came up a little bit more. Did I make any difference at your end there, Ben? Go ahead.
Roger, you're pushing the S9 down here.
Now you're about an S7 here, so it's no problem at all. Running about 700-800 watts, 700 or 800 watts here, Ben. And it's no problem working you. There must be something in the way there for the other guys. N6SWR, I got a 7 on my mind here. AA6S, go ahead.
Roger. No, I appreciate that. And, yeah, you've got lots more power. I wish I could afford one of them amplifiers, but I cannot. So I just make do with what I got.
I understand. Well, this is a tube amplifier here. It's probably it's probably 40 years old. It's an old Command Technology guy. Runs a single 800 in it, Ben. Go ahead.
Roger. I'm familiar with those. But you have to still run across one of those to be able to do it and keep it working. And I got into the hobby a little too late.
Yeah, Roger. Keep my fingers crossed. It keeps working. I didn't do much to it. I'm critical, so I had the case powder coated when I got it, and checked it out. Seems to work pretty good. I'm looking at the control grid current right now, and it's real low. I could probably load it heavier, but it just barely flinching on grid current. And hello, plate current is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm swinging about. I can see it with my bum glasses here. A little over 300 mils, I guess, on peaks. And the voltage is about 1800, 2200, something like that, I guess. Anyway, you're doing good down here. N6SWR, I guess if I let the net, I haven't heard anybody on but you. A6S, go ahead.
Well, I'm here. I'm a little late because it was my birthday dinner and the steak didn't get done in time. K6MYC. Good evening, Ben. Good evening, Bill.
Can't hear.
Happy birthday, Mike.
For years, for the last 7 or 8 years, I've been able to check in the Southern California net right at 7 o'clock.
W6BBS72, happy birthday.
Over here, I just pick him right up, and he was coming in here.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox. Happy birthday, Mike. You're still vertical and breathing.
Control down there is. He's
Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf 971. Happy birthday, Mike.
Got you, Dave. Got you, Daryl.
KC5DTU, happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you. Hang on, guys.
Starting here, Ben. Mikey just kicked in here, so I'm going to let him give you a shout when he gets done checking in somebody there. N6SWR, AA6S, standing by for Mikey there.
N6SWR, standing by for net.
Yeah, we hear you, Ben. We got you checked in already. N6SWR 247. Good evening.
Good evening. I hope you're hearing me well tonight.
Yeah, not a bad signal at all. Go ahead.
Yeah, nothing special. I was just telling AA6S that tomorrow night I'm going to move over to the Bluffs about 2 blocks from my house. I'll be operating mobile with the 15-element Yagi and 50 watts, and we'll see with no houses around if I can. It's in the Bluffs over here. There's nothing to the north of us but some low-lying foothills all the way to Fresno.
Yeah, well, good. Maybe that'll make the difference. I'd sure like to be able to hear your signals. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to get here with that kind of gain and power. That's fine. So I appreciate the effort you're putting out there to get on 432. Thank you, Ben. And then maybe that'll tell you whether it's worth continuing your quest or not. Hi. N6SWR 247, K6MYC in the group.
Thank you much. Yeah, that's actually why I'm doing it, just to see if it's worth putting back up on the roof. I took it down when I wasn't able to make a decent contact, and I thought, well, we'll move it a few blocks away and start from the basic point and make sure we got something that we can work with. Thanks a lot. I appreciate the effort and your patience. N6SWR, back to net.
Oh, no, we want to have you in. We want to have you on 432 if you can make it. So I know it takes a lot of effort sometimes, particularly when you've got a tough QTH situation and you don't have a 90-foot tower in your backyard. Hi. Okay, let's see. I care K6BBG. Good evening, Dave. You're sounding good. And I heard Daryl, KG6 Charlie Echo Fox. Got both of you guys. And I heard Frank, W6BBS 72. Good evening. Dave, why don't you take it and you shoot it to Daryl, and Daryl can shoot it to Frank, and then we'll come back this way.
Well, it was a pretty day out today. Yeah, that's about all I can say. It was pretty, and got to pick up a few things around here. And in between my runs to the oxygen tank. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Go ahead and take it over, Dale.
Well, we got lots of stuff going on around here. Look, we're trying to not have to move, but we might have to move. And Mike, I've got a great big old Henry 2K tube amp sitting over here, and I got to figure out what to do with it. It's not going to do me any good. I don't have the infrastructure for it.
What's in the final? Do you know what tube it is?
No, I don't, but I'm sure I'll get that information and let you know. And it came with lots of paperwork. Somebody did a lot of math, and it looks like it's been well cared for.
Yeah, that's good. It's probably got an 8877 Henry 2K, or is it a Henry 4K?
2K.
Okay. What do you think, Bill? What's in there?
It's a pair of 3500.
Probably an 8877.
Okay, we got varying opinions. Couple of 3500s, Frank said.
Oh, it's a low band amp,
Yeah, low band Henry 2K probably does have 3 500Zs in there.
Yeah, it would have a pair of 3 500s in it. Yeah, I was thinking you guys are talking about a 2-meter or something amplifier there.
And it
Okay, I'll stand by here. Mike, I talked to him on the phone, but I don't know where he is.
and there was a few of them that even only had one 3500 in it.
Okay, you got doubled up by Bill, so you're actually Bill's stronger than you are off the back of the beam, Frank. But we got it, and we all agree now that it's a pair of 3 500 Zulus. And somebody else was in there besides, let's see, anybody else have any comments? I'll get it over to you, Kerry, in just a second. K6MYC Bozo Net. A little bit late. My birthday dinner, which was delayed a day, got delayed a little bit because the steak was so good and thick it took longer to cook than we wanted to. Over.
727, happy birthday.
Thank you, Mike.
226.
Yeah, there he is, 226 and 727.
Shall we all get together and sing in one big group?
Boy, that'd be a little rough to do.
Yeah,
anyway, about that amp, it needs to be tested. I don't even know if it works or how well it works, and I would like to trade it for a radio.
Okay.
Trouble with you.
I'm sorry, say it again. Frank, go ahead.
That was Ken, not me.
Oh, go ahead, Ken.
No, I doubled with a guy that was talking about something he was wanting to trade.
Yeah, Ken, it's me, Daryl. I got a Henry. It's a 2KD-5.
You took a big fade. I missed what it was. A Henry what?
2KD-5.
Was it a 2 kilo -5? 2 kilowatt delta -5.
Not too many people talking at once. Say it again, Frank.
2 kilo delta -5, Ken.
2KD5, he's saying.
Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah, it sounds like 2 kilowatts or 2 500-watt tubes in there. And it should be good for almost a 2 kW.
Yeah, it's pretty good for about 1500, Mike. The desktop model has a little bit lighter transformer, a little bit smaller power supply, but it still does quite good. They're a good solid amp.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And Daryl wants to trade it for a radio. What are you looking for in the way of a radio? Maybe like a 7300 or something, Daryl?
Yeah, or I would even be satisfied with like a 991 or something a little bit older.
Okay. And we'll try to pass it around to the northern group when we get up that way as well.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, maybe we ought to bring it out to your place to test it, Mike.
Well, we could do that.
You got 220 out in the barn, don't you?
Oh, I have 220 coming out my ears, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I don't. I have no 220 in this house.
Yeah, and I understand the limitation there. You probably need a little 500 to 700 watt solid state amp. They can run off of 110 and do just fine, and you probably never know this difference.
Yeah, oh, exactly. Yeah, no, this is too much amp for me. At least, with the antennas and everything I got. No, it's just too much amp.
All righty. Well, let's see. Carrie, down to you. How's your day going after all the doctor's appointments and stuff with you and Laura there, over?
Got them finished, Mike, and the rest of the week coasting here, so to see what comes up. So everything's good. KM6 MYC KC5DTU.
Yeah. Fine, Kerry. KC5DTU in the group. And, well, we'll see if we see you.
Roger, Roger. And you'll see me.
Okay. Friday is also a good day. Thursday or Friday. Friday we're going to the Ham Club meeting, but that won't be until about 5:30 or 6, so that shouldn't impact anything. I don't know if you're going to try and go to the meeting or not, over.
Roger, Roger. I should try and be there. I should. I'll get a double in on you, so I'll see you there also.
Yeah, good, good. That'll be terrific. All right, let's see. Missing somebody. How about Adam? Adam, are you in here? KE6VON? Okay, nothing heard from Adam. How about KJ6TYO?
KJ6TYO, good evening, Mike, and happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ron.
Hey, Mike. Mike was in there, AAJ.
That is the number, and good to hear you out there, and hello to everybody else.
Yeah, give me your Bozo number, Ron.
1009.
1009, got it, thank you.
And K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
And over to you, Ken.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. WA60IB is here for a bit anyway, and just finally had some nice dinner, and I'm ready for the evening.
Okay. K6ZKD, right? Or is it ZKA, Aaron?
Yeah, it's Kilo 6 Zoe Kira Alice, so Zulu Kilo Alpha.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll be here for another 15 minutes, and then I'll go over to 10 meters. K6USY.
Yeah, okay.
KK6ZKE, happy Mark.
Good evening, Terry, and let me get it over to Mike first, and then we'll get it from Mike over to you there, Terry. WA6AAJ, thanks for the birthday greetings. It was yesterday, Mike, but that's okay. We had birthday dinner tonight for convenience purposes. Over.
Roger that. Yeah, well, that's okay. At this age, a day or two ain't going to matter, usually. Anyway, hello to the net, and hello, Carrie. Haven't talked to you in a little bit, and Rob and Ken and everybody else. WA6AAJ.
Yep, good evening, Mike. Excuse me. I'm still clearing dinner out of my voice here. Anyway, good to hear you. Thanks for coming in. We missed you. What last night? We missed you.
Yeah, it was kind of a date night for me, so I was preoccupied.
Okay. All righty. Let's see. KK6ZKE. Terry, how are you doing tonight?
Yeah, doing okay. Not much going on. Just fixing a few sprinklers and such.
Oh, you too, huh? I just replaced a sprinkler today. Actually, I did it, I guess maybe I did it. I can't even remember. My days are running together. I think first thing this morning I went out and put a new sprinkler in. It was one of those ground-mounted ones that pop up, and for some reason, when it popped up, it didn't go back down, and I cut it off. Over.
Yeah, I lucked out on the one I was fixing. It turned out to be really simple because it went under the sidewalk, and I was worried.
That's good. All righty. We got Ben down here. Ben's going to be on 432 tomorrow night, so anybody that's got a station on 432, hopefully you'll be able to work him. He's going to move. He's going to go Mobile, about 2 blocks away, where he has a clear shot without houses and buildings in the way up this way. So 50 watts and a 15-element Yagi, I think, is what he said. So should do pretty well. Hopefully we'll hear him on 432. And we need to get them Lake Isabella people fired back up. I don't know what happened to Scott, KG6BRG. And KB6RQU disappeared. I wish we could get him back on. Or at least if he's going to be out of ham radio, maybe we could find some of the equipment. He's got a very nice 432 amplifier that I sold him. It would give somebody 100 watts or 110 watts. if he's not going to get back on, but it's hard to get a hold of him. He doesn't seem to respond to anything lately. Rob, have you tried to call Rick lately?
No, I haven't. KM6SR. If you want, Mike, I can give him a call again and see what's going on.
Well, either that or he doesn't have email, so you're almost forced to do the call thing. So if it's not too much trouble, let it ring and see if you can get him to pick it up. And you might also, if you do get a hold of him, ask him what he knows about KG6 BRG. He was on for a while on 2 meters, and I thought we were going to have a good participant there in the Bozo Net, but he's gone quiet for no apparent reason. Maybe just too much going on there. Anyway, yeah, if you could send him, and how about BRG? Did you send him an email notice or something? And I guess you didn't get a response from him either.
No, when I get a chance to do it, I don't remember that I need to do it. So maybe I can do it tonight after the net here. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't panic. It's not the end of the world, but I'm just curious as to what's going on. We've got another missing member. W6SSW has been gone now for almost 2 months, and we're Ken and 6RO spent a lot of time on the internet and searching all hospitals and police departments and everything, both foreign and domestic, for Steve, and couldn't come up with anything. We know where he isn't. He appears to be not in a hospital, and he appears to be not in jail. So we don't know where the hell he is, but he just disappeared. One night he was there making every net except 222, and the next day he was gone, and he has never come back. That's just very odd. Anyway, Frank, I continued to manicure the tree up on top of the hill there. And I've got a very large pile of brush. Well, I guess I talked to you and told you about that. Yeah, and the tree came out good. I've still got some brush to haul out of there, and maybe I'll go up there tomorrow with a couple of sets of fresh batteries and finish brushing it out. That's going to be a pretty little knoll. There was some nice, pretty rocks in there. I may even take a rake up and see if I can rake some of that dry grass out of there, which will help you get it started if you want to do a fire over the next 4 or 5 days there. All right, let's see. What else? Anybody else down here in the Central Valley or up north or any place that's copying Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie, Bozo Net, 2 meters? Very quiet. How about Los Angeles? Very quiet. We're going to lose a lot of members here in another 5 minutes or so as they go over to 10 meters. I don't know what happened to the weather here. We had a beautiful day. It was clear as a bell this morning, and now toward the end of the evening it cooled a little bit quicker than I expected. It was really mellow about 6:30, and then we had set the gazebo up, and we had a dinner outside tonight for my birthday in the gazebo out back, and it wasn't cold, but it wasn't very warm either because the sun had gone away in the clouds. And there was a little breeze coming from the west, so it was okay. It was a very nice dinner. The boys cooked themselves into a delirium. It was really good, but unfortunately, I had to leave. I did finish mine, but everybody else was still chomping away when I came out here to do the net. So anybody else before we go to Atascadero? Okay, 6MYC. All right, let's go see if we can hear Ron tonight. W6QUI, K6MYC, turning your way.
Yeah, I hear you without turning my way. Very good. Good evening, Mike. W6QUI.
Yeah, 1055. Good evening, Ron. W6QUI. Very nice signal without turning the antenna. I'm moving. Well, now I'm.
You dropped to almost nothing. I assume you're still rotating.
Well,
how did I say you, Ron? A6S?
Yeah, good evening, Bill.
I got you.
I hear Mike better when he's not pointing at me most of the time.
Oh, I think I accidentally got over in your direction here. I've got a weird setup here. I'm going to have to change a few things here and get rid of this problem. My clipboard is turning the is right at the same level as the buttons on the controller. Every now and then I push the clipboard up against one of the buttons and it goes to another mode. It goes to mode 2 and then it goes wherever mode 2 is set. So it went up to 280. It went right by you, Ron, just as I called you in. It was going by you, but it just kept on going. It didn't stop. So I came back. Anyway, good signal, and we had a nice signal from Eric the other day when he went to his mobile on the hill there. W6QUI, and we'll pass you around amongst the group here, K6MYC.
Okay, very good, Mike. Good evening. Yeah, it's funny. You were super, super loud. Wherever you were pointed originally, actually you're stronger now, but you were noise-free. Must have been pointed south or something. Yeah, Bill just checked in there. A6S, he's booming in over here, so good signals. I haven't heard from Eric, so I kind of assume he's not up here. He has to go through a few things to do that, to mount the antenna on the truck after he gets here and get things set up, so he doesn't do that all the time. He's got a lot of things going on, and eventually he'll get some antennas up at his house again, I hope, so be able to work him then. And if he can find some spot to put that tower up, and get the antennas up much higher. Yeah, the wind really knocked the wind out of his sails, so to speak. So he's kind of antennaless right now. I think he's got a wire on ETF and some low thing on 2 meters. It's vertical, and that's about it. K6MYC, W6QUI.
W6QUI in the group, K6MYC. Well, let me pass it over to Bill. And Bill, and then Ron, maybe you can take a standby and see who else is in here before they all go to 10 meters in a minute or so. In about 5 minutes, everybody's going to go to 10 meters. So I want to have the guys give you a shout and say hello. AA6S in the group, K6MYC. Are you still here, AAJ?
10, W6QUI, WA6AAJ. Hello, Ron.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Q5 over here, about 6 or 7, and yeah, Bill, you're about CS units louder than Mike. MYC, kind of amazing. Anyway, good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Ron. Yeah, you're about S6, S7. I'm pointed due north right now, so I'm not even pointed at you, but still good and strong. I'll turn it back to Mikey. W6QUI, WA6AAJ, K6MYC.
Hello, Ron.
Hello, who's that?
WA6OIB, you're 20 over here.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, good evening, Ken. Yeah, you're blasting in. Yeah, signals are super tonight, even though you guys, some of you are pointed in odd directions. I hear almost all of you on 2 meters, no matter where you point your antenna.
Well, you got a good spot there, you betcha. Okay, just want to say hi. We're going to move over to 10 meters here, so I'll catch you next time. W6QUI, WA6OIB. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good evening, Ron. W6QUI. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. Rob, good evening. KM6SR, W6QUI. Q5, a little weaker than the rest, but Q5, over.
Roger, yeah, you're not even moving my S-meter, but I got a good, able to understand just fine there. Thanks.
K6USY.
Wow, they're coming out of the woodwork here, to say the least. Evening, Aaron. 6QSY, W6QUI.
Yeah, very good, Ron. Yeah, you are S9 into West Fresno, W6QUI, K6USY.
Yep, that's just about what you're running to. So, okay, very good. W6QUI. Anybody else?
How about you, Frank? And then we can ask Ron if he's going to be on 432 tomorrow night. I don't hear Frank. Frank had a really special dinner with his wife Jen tonight, so maybe he went back to finish that up. What about 432 tomorrow night? Are you going to be home tomorrow, Ron?
Negative. No, we're getting ready for the car show this weekend. I'll be probably at the museum all day and maybe even later, so not going to work this week. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Okay. No problem.
KC5D.
Go ahead, Kerry. Give him a call. Ron, did you hear KC5D to you?
Yes, very quick. I heard him. KC5BTU, W6QUI.
Good evening, and good signal into Clovis.
Okay, well, you're Q5. Not as strong as the rest of them, but Q5, that's all that matters.
Roger, KC5.
You're cutting out too quick, Kerry. Your KC5 and the DTU didn't come through twice now. You must have a flaky mic switch there. Anyway, good contact with everybody, and Ron, thanks for sticking around and saying hello to everybody here. Everybody's probably headed off to 10 meters now, so that's why I kept Frank for the last, but Frank's obviously still having dinner with the XYL there. There was a cookout tonight over the grill in the beautiful sunset of San Joaquin Valley here. All right, 7-3, Ron. Take care, enjoy, and we'll see you Sunday night, hopefully. W6QUI, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters, going toward Monterey.
Yeah, Sunday should be okay. 7-3, W6QUI.
Yeah, I'm sorry I doubled with you just a tad there.
I say I should be on Sunday.
Yeah, good. We'll see you Sunday then. Bye-bye.
Roger.
Okay, I'm going to Monterey if there's nobody else here. I heard the LA guys, but they didn't call us, so I guess we missed them tonight.
That's M3, Bill.
I'm not pointed in LA now, so they wouldn't hear me. All right, Monterey, here we go. Okay, Monterey, WA6 London, India, Echo, WA6 LIE, K6MYC. You around there, Scott?
Very good evening to you, Mike. K6MYC, WA6 LIE. I'm not sure if you're on the no fog or anything like that. So I'll copy, Mike. WA6LIE, over.
Yeah, good copy. Good copy. I went past you a little bit. I didn't realize it, but I thought I had 263 and I had 283, and I went to 283 and you were kind of weak. Anyway, good to hear you. I don't know if there was any fireworks on 6 today. I wasn't able to get in the shack most of the day. I did listen a little bit in the morning, and I made a mistake this morning. I woke up and looked at the clock, and I said it was, oh my gosh, it was 5 to 8. So I raced up and got up quickly and raced into the radio room and looked at the clock in the radio room. I said, something wrong with this clock. It only says 5 to 7. Well, nothing wrong with the clock. I just read the other one wrong. So I was an hour early for the net this morning on 40 meters. So I fiddled around. It was too late to go back to bed. I was already fully dressed and everything, so I said, screw it. Anyway, so I'm off an hour today. Anyway, I did not hear anything on 6 meters at 7 to 7:30 in the morning. Over.
Okay, great, Mike. Yeah. You know what you mean? Well, at least you weren't late. You're early, so get to check out all the fan conditions, I guess. And yeah, I'd also like to check in Bozo number 86, Dennis, up there, up those. He's still working on getting his feed line hooked up to his array, so don't know when that'll happen yet, but please check in Dennis, Bozo number 86, Michael, over.
Yeah, Roger. He's replacing a couple of pieces of coax. He's been having trouble with the LMR 600 connectors not holding well to the cable, which is odd. I don't know. He's having the cables made by DX Engineering. I'm not sure that that's not a very good comment, but who knows? Maybe it's just because they're in the wrong part of the line and they're not being supported. LMR 600 is pretty stiff, and you've got to support the cable on either side of the connector, otherwise you stand a chance of twisting the cable right out of the connector, and I think that's maybe what happened to Dennis. Anyway, he's redoing and redesigning the system a little bit to get rid of that problem. Anyway, thank you for the check-in, Scott. Appreciate it. 70 degrees, and we'll see you Sunday night. Maybe we'll have some fireworks to talk about. There has been a lot of flares and a lot of sun activity. If you have it there, you might give me the current SFI, the current Sugar Foxtrot India number for the sun. Over.
Okay, Mike, wow, I just looked at it and said 277. I'm going, what? That I don't know, that doesn't seem right to me, but it says 277, and there hasn't been nothing happening on 6 meters, so it's kind of hard to believe, Mike, over.
Well, yeah, it takes a couple of days, though, for that to really have taken effect. I've noticed that in the past. You can get one big flash in a pan. Now, tomorrow and the next day, it might be just gangbusters, so I would certainly I'll make a point tomorrow morning of listening in toward Europe from as soon as I can be on the band, and I'll be checking Europe. Even though I'm on 40 meters, I'll be bouncing back and forth and looking at FT8 signals and see what's going on. All right, well, good luck, and maybe we'll have some fireworks this weekend. That's a great number. 277 SFI, guys. He almost fell off his chair. Over.
Yeah, that's right. I go, holy camoly, that can't be right. All right, Mike, we'll see what happens. You know it is with the band gods. And, well, more DX to you. All right, 7-3, I'll let you carry on, Mike. Have a great evening. And, yeah, as far as stances, connectors, yeah, I guess string leads are always really, really good. I use a hell of a lot of tape around them to help support everything, too. So, anyways, all right, 7-3, Mike, have a good one. WA6LIE.
Yeah, thanks very much, Scott. 73. K6MYC clear and standing by for KW6S.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, good evening, Mike. Yeah, this is 4 days in a row that the SFI's been over 200, and I haven't seen anything yet, and I call CQ all day.
I can attest to that.
Well, that's, who knows? That's why they call it the magic band. It'll go down to 199, it'll wide open.
Yeah, I guess Scott saw me on 6 meters a bit today. Yeah, but kept watching, but on the spotting, the map is it's just solid contacts east of the Mississippi, west of the Mississippi. I would get spotted if I CQ'd long enough on FT8.
Wow. Well, it'll come our way.
Yeah, I'll keep working on it. I think I'll be around tomorrow, so I'll give it a shot again tomorrow.
Okay, well, if you start working Europeans on the phone, you better call me.
Okay. Yeah, I monitor the phone on the waterfall even while I'm doing the FT8, and boy, I haven't seen anything on phone for quite a while.
Yeah, me either. I can see both. I got my bandwidth at 500 kilohertz, so I can see. If I'm watching FT8, I can see the bottom end of the band, and if I'm on the bottom end of the band, I can see FT8. So I haven't seen much either. Let's cross our fingers and hope we get something. 7-3, and let's see if Lee is in here tonight, Tom. KB6 Lima Echo K6 MYC. Nope, that's not a good sign. If Lee's not here tonight, he probably won't be here tomorrow night either.
Well, you never know. You know, we have to always keep our fingers crossed for the countdown, Bozo.
Yeah, that's for sure. I just thought he'd be in here tonight, thinking that maybe he had had a chance to hear the beacon.
That goes. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, double with you just at the beginning, just for a second, though. Okay, very good, Tom. See ya, and we'll catch you tomorrow night on 432. We'll have some exciting one contact on sideband to report on 6 meters. Yeah, I worked Southern California on 6 meters. What do you think?
Oh, you did today?
Oh, I'm kidding you. That's a big, exciting contact.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could try to work somebody local here so I have something to report.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you and I can work on 6 anytime, can't we?
Yeah, in fact, my FT8 signal might be what you've been seeing a lot.
It's possible. I've been seeing somebody very strong along, going on for hours at a time almost over.
I usually go maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then I leave it off for a while, and then the way it usually works around here, one of the other locals will kind of, after 5 minutes or so, they'll go and start CQing a bit as well. But then I'm usually just passing through, so, but I don't see anything that's been decoded.
Yeah, well, that may be what I'm hearing, because I am hearing, when I say hours, it's hours, but not continuous hours. So maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then it goes quiet for a minute, and then some other weaker signal comes up, and in the same time frame. And then that goes away, and then quiet for a little bit, and then you or somebody else stronger comes up. So I think that's what we're hearing off the back of the beam. It wouldn't surprise me. Over.
Yeah, and I keep trying and keep monitoring. When the contest comes up, I'll be spending some time on phone as well. So we'll see if I can roust up somebody on 6 phone during the contest in next month.
Now let's shoot for 5 or 6 contacts on the band on sideband. How's that? If we get 60, we'll be happy. All right, KW6S. Tom 73. Lee, are you here? Okay, nothing from Lee. Let me move right into the Bay Area. Okay, here we are into the Bay Area on 6 meter Bozo Net. Bay Area, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net.
2 meter, not 6.
And I'm on 2 meters.
No, 6 PQL.
Oh, did I say 6 meters? I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I got 6 meters on the brain. The SFI was 277. I guess that'll get 6 meters on the brain.
Yeah, what you guys were talking about, 6 meters. That's okay. WB6
Yeah, we're talking about the SFI, Jim, and good evening to the other Jim PQL. Big signal here. Jim, J and N, pick it up, and then if you want, shoot it to PQL.
Yeah, okay. Well, nothing really to say here. I just I have to go pick up the daughter in a few minutes over at the BART station. But anyway, been listening on the internet and.
KE6VON. Am I too late?
Oh, you're not too late. You're just on top of somebody, Adam. Hang on a sec.
I didn't realize it still switched over to the 1296 mid. Oh, well. WB6, yeah.
Okay, very good, Jim. Over to you. Let me see. Stand by just a second, Jim PQL. Let me pick up KE6VON. Adam, I'm going to have my son pick up the log splitter sometime this week or early next week and drop it by your place. He's got your phone number. He'll call you ahead of time. He doesn't want to go over there and drop it off unless he lets you know that he's coming over.
Copy that. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll be off next week as of right now, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then work the following weekend, and then I'll be in class the following week after that, through the 20th through the 26th. So, yeah, next week should be good, or this week if he gets around to it.
Yeah, well, he's got 2 more days, but I don't think Friday's a good day for him, but it may work. He does have to make the same route. It's a morning pickup if he can get there. We're having no end of luck with the same story this time. After 2 months of waiting, he said, "Well, we haven't checked it yet, but there's no compression." So we're thinking about pulling the head. It's either got no rings or it's got a valve that's stuck or a valve that's burned. Not likely. You'll find it. It'll be something really stupid simple, but why you have to pull ahead to prove that is beyond me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it could very well be, but the fact that they've been sitting on it this long, it's a low priority. And by the time they get around to fixing and making repairs and everything, it might almost just be cheaper to just go buy a Harbor Freight Predator motor and drop it on there.
Well, I want you to look at it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's in Milwaukee, and I don't think it's got that many hours on, probably 100 hours on that motor.
Yeah, if it's a low hour, then there's no reason why you should have lost compression. So, yeah, we'll go through it and take a look at it, and it won't sit here for 2 or 3 months.
I believe it. No, just do a quick evaluation. See if you can get compression. See if you got spark. My indication was I didn't have any spark when it quit, and we thought, well, maybe we lost the magneto or something, but I don't know. He said it had spark. It just doesn't have any compression, and that's not at all what I felt when I pulled it. I could pull the thing, and I could feel compression, so I don't know. It was running for 10 minutes, and all of a sudden it just went and quit. Now, that ain't a burnt valve, and that ain't lack of rings. That's something else.
Yeah, if it just died and was running smooth and just shut off, that sounds like something electrical possibly. Because if it was starting to lose the rings and losing a valve, it would start running really rough.
Yeah, it wasn't. We split 2 logs. We got halfway through the 3rd log, and it just stopped. That was it. So anyway, you'll be hearing from Matt one of these days in the near future there.
Sounds good.
Thank you, and good to hear you. And I guess you're going to be back to work on Sunday, right?
I'll be back to work on Saturday, actually.
Saturday, okay. All righty, over to you, Jim. W6 Papa Queen London in the Bay Area, Fremont, as a matter of fact, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, signals are a little bit low right now. Maybe you've got your antenna toward Jim or somewhere else, because you're not your usual S6 to S9 whenever you point over here. I've got a lot of noise over here tonight anyway, so it's a challenge. Otherwise, it's been in the mid-80s today. Very nice. It'll be a little bit warmer than that tomorrow, and I'll be out there chasing golf balls again. So,
Adam, what was your Bozo number?
W6PQL. Oh, 1040.
Thank you. Okay, very good. Chasing balls again. You didn't have the great day you had the day before, huh?
I didn't quite get that. Something about the day before, Mike?
Well, I didn't mean the day before. The previous round, you had a really good round the previous round, but today it wasn't as good?
Oh, well, no, that was last week when I had that really nice round, and then I went to a different golf course on Tuesday and shot 93, which is still below 100, but it's a tough course. I usually don't do any better than that on that one. But I'll be back at the home course tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Let's see. I should announce this for the Bay Area. We have a fellow over here in course goal. that has a Henry 2K. It's a 2K5. So it's a pair of 3500Zs, Henry amplifier, and seems to be in very pristine condition, but it's unknown as to its functional. We assume it's working, and it may go here before it goes anywhere, but he wants to trade it for a FT991 or an ICOM 7300 or something. He can't use it at his location. He does not have 220. So it's a Henry 2K with a pair of 3500Zs. Wants to trade for a modest HF radio. Over. Okay, don't hear any takers there. Okay, who else do we have for checking into the Bay Area, K6MYC?
Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India.
November 5, November Papa Delta.
WA6AXX.
Okay, WB6WNI. Go ahead, Gary.
Hey, good evening, Mike and the net. And yeah, AXX, you're blasting in here. Nice signal. And Mike, I'm still getting you with S7 to S9, so I have very little tonight. It's still in the middle of dinner, but Mike, so what frequency and time of day do you think would be good for 6 meters?
Well, it depends on where you're going to try and work. What do you have for an antenna?
Mike, I know you want to sit down when I say this. I have a vertical.
Well, I would say then from about 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 in the evening, usually. You might get some double hop and triple hop E-skip. Don't think you can work Europe unless the conditions are phenomenal, but the SFI is really high right now. We might have some F2. The SFI is 277 currently, which is really high. Anything over 200 and you could have some really, really good 6-meter conditions, but so far nobody's reporting anything like that. But it's got to happen. The SFI has been over 200 for 4 days in a row, and that's usually enough to get the F2 going. Over.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah, I've yet to done local for years on 6 meters, but these stories of, like you're saying, I've never experienced. So thanks for the info. Yes, if I got that Henry 2K, I would have every neighbor knocking at my door. So I can't use that. Holy cow. Anyway, 73 Mike and the net. I'll let you move on to the next station, K6MYC WB6WNI.
Why do you think you'd have any neighbor complaints?
Oh, it gets into, even with my 100-watt radio, it gives fits to our toaster oven. Yeah, so you think, well, no, nobody's on TV anymore. Yeah, that's not the whole story. And to find you, what gives fits to the toaster oven is when I get on 6 meters.
Oh, does it make the toaster oven glow red, or does it just make its brains go loosey?
Yeah, it goes woozy. Unfortunately, with new electronics, it means it turns it off. I have to unplug it to reset it. So I've been, if I can remember, I'll turn it off before using 6 meters. But you can, it recovers. It's just like a restart. But it's kind of funny.
I would contact the manufacturer. I would contact the manufacturer with a panic email saying, I'm having trouble eating breakfast. My toaster oven, it goes off every time I get on the air, and I don't think it should do that with just 100 watts into a wire in my backyard. So something's wrong with your toaster oven. What can you suggest? Over.
Yes, that would be a great idea. Mike, I will continue to listen to 6 meters, and in another couple of weeks or so, I might be able to join you on 440, but, 432, and until then, we'll just stay on this frequency. Anyway, 73 Mike and the net, WB6WNI.
Yeah, okay. No, I would think you shouldn't have any trouble with that. That's a fluke. That's a total fluke, and that should not happen with that oven. Honestly, I would say an email to the manufacturer would not be out of the question. and usually they respond to those things. They want to know, and that's something that's quite serious. That means it could be interfered with by local radio stations and all sorts of things. So I would say you would be doing them a favor and perhaps yourself. Over.
Okay, it's a very famous brand too, so I should have no trouble finding their address. Yeah, okay, well, you know, if I get some time tomorrow, I can certainly do it. Thanks again, Mike. K6NYC in the group, baby 669.
Now, tell them your open suggestions, and if they have any ferrite filters or something that they could provide, you'd be happy to put them on and try it and give them feedback information. That's what I would say. I need some help with this toaster oven. Either it needs to be replaced or something wrong with it, or maybe it's just very susceptible to RF. Maybe you guys can send me something that would take care of it and isolate it from my 100-watt ham radio station. Thank you very much. All right, give it a whirl. You'd be surprised. Sometimes you get some very nice answers with a good email with some good information in it, Gary. 73. Okay, let's see. We had 3 WA6AXX and one other, and I forgot who the other one was, but Ed, go ahead and pick it up. K6MYC.
WB6 Sharon.
Okay, Mikey. Hey, on W6SSW, I'm not sure who it was that did the research, but just curious if they tried to call him. They've got 3 phone numbers, so maybe you didn't try to actually call him, but I could try if you like.
Okay, well, let's just have you stay on frequency till we hook up with Ken. Yeah, I'm sure you and Ken can hear each other. He's in Oakley. N6RO was the one that did all the research, and I believe he tried to call Steve, but I don't know. I didn't remember that he mentioned that specifically. He just did a search to see where he was, and it was a very thorough search, and I don't think he would have missed the chance to call him. I'm sure he had the phone number. If he had all the other information on Steve, he probably had that. But let's just hang around for a few minutes, and we'll get Ken in here, and we'll find out for sure. Ed, thank you for that.
Okay, and so I think we finally figured out why RFK Jr. is a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know if you've read news, but there was a worm in his brain that died. So he had a parasite in his brain. The worm died. And he also had mercury poisoning from eating tuna fish sandwiches every day. And it caused cognitive issues, short-term and long-term memory loss. And maybe some of his other craziness, but it was a crazy story with, it's from New York Times, well-sourced, and based on a deposition that he gave in the divorce proceeding in 2012. So there you go. Maybe that explains a lot. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Well, I don't know what it explains. What I've heard from him has been pretty logical. Although I did hear about the worm in the brain. It was a tapeworm he probably picked up. The doctor on the news was very thorough about the ways that you can pick up that worm. And it did the normal stuff. It goes to several places in your body, but the brain is one of the more common places, and it eventually forms a cyst, and then it dies. But yes, it certainly wouldn't help you. But other than his very abstract ideas in the left area, which I don't think are any different from a lot of others in the Democratic Party, then I don't see too much difference from him. He's done a lot of research on the COVID thing, and he's not a stupid guy. He's quite bright. And but anyway, I don't have any pluses or minuses about him. He's hard to understand because he has that little voice issue. Other than that, why, he's not going to be an issue in the election, I don't think.
Okay, yeah, maybe I have a brain worm too, and maybe that explains my behavior. So everybody should check out. Do you have a brain worm? That's it. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
wouldn't worry about it, Ed. I think you're doing just fine. Okay. Anyway, stick around. We'll see if we can get you together with Ken for a minute and find out if he's made some calls, and maybe he could use those two numbers. He's only about 10 miles from Steve, so he could certainly make a call. In fact, he's thinking about just driving over there and seeing if he can knock on the door and see what's going on. So there you are. Let's see. There was somebody else that checked in. There was three of you, and I missed one. I got you, Dane, WB6JNP. We've got you in 107, but you weren't the other one. There was somebody in the Bay Area. Let's see who that was. K6MYC, Bozo Net, Bay Area.
N5NPD, 1129, Brett Newman.
Yeah, that's what it was, Brett. Thank you for reminding me. N5NPD. NPD, yeah, K6MYC. 1029, right?
1129, and yeah, I think I'm worm-free. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I don't think there's anything swimming around in my gray matter.
Okay, I got this call sign tangled up in my head. NPBD or P? November Baker Delta or Papa?
November 5, November Papa Delta.
I had it backwards, or almost backwards. Okay, November Papa Delta. Okay, got it. I don't know why I lost that for a second.
It's all right. You just have to remember I work for NPD, and my call sign is NPD.
Yes, got it. Okay. Yeah, well, that was a weird story, the worm story, and they're making a lot more out of it than it really is. Apparently tens of thousands of people every year get this in the United States and other countries. It's much more prevalent in other countries, and many times it's not discovered until after the fact in autopsies and other things, because it takes care of itself. The tapeworm goes up and eventually gets killed by your own system, from what I can gather from the medical analysis that I listen to, at least. But it's not an uncommon thing. It just it came out kind of funny in the news. And worm in your brain, also it conjures up all kinds of bad thoughts. But apparently it's not that uncommon. Anyway, good to hear you, Brett. N5NPD, K6MYC.
Have a good evening. N5NPD.
Thank you. Now, who else do we have? Dane, anything from you over there?
No, not much. We're just, trying to get
6QR, stand by, Gary.
that, and I was catching the thing on the tapeworm. There was a scientist who used to go to Mexico a lot and always ran into problems with dysentery. So one day he decided to do an experiment, and he basically swallowed a tapeworm so it could live in his gut. And he never came down with dysentery or diarrhea. And when he got done with his experiment, he took whatever it was, like Clorox or a little pill. It killed off the tapeworm, he passed it, and never had diarrhea again.
Yeah, wow. Good solution, huh? I can remember my Matt's first wife went to Mexico one time, and she was eating salad in Mexico, and she felt something funny in her mouth, and as she was eating the salad, and she opened up her mouth and took a piece of lettuce or some kind of greenery out of her mouth, and there was a little worm on that. I don't think it was a tapeworm, but it wasn't pleasant. Luckily, she didn't swallow it. Probably would have gotten killed in her digestive system anyway. God knows how many of those things we ingest during our lifetime, biting into an apple or some piece of fruit that has a tiny worm in it that you don't notice. It wouldn't surprise me, but I suspect most of the time your stomach acid takes care of those things really quickly. Over.
Yeah, it sure does. And the old saying, what's worse than biting in an apple and finding a worm? To fighting in an apple and finding half a worm.
Finding a what?
Finding half a worm.
I think I'm going over my head. I don't know what that means.
50% of a worm, half of a worm.
Oh, half of a worm. I thought you were talking about apple, A-P-P-L-E. Apple and half sounds pretty similar. Half of a apple and half of sounds almost the same. Good. I think I got it now, Dane. Thank you.
Not a problem. All the fun little factoids you learn on the Bozo Net.
Yes, sir. All righty. All right, let's go back into the Bay Area and see if there's anybody left. We're missing a lot of people. KD6SOK, KB6BA has been missing a lot lately. KT2G, two or three others. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Who's going to check in next from the Bay Area on 2 meters here? K6MYC, over.
Hey, Mike, yeah, Gary in there, KE6QR.
I'll get Gary, but he's not in the Bay Area. He's over in Lafayette. I'll get him in just a second. I got you, Gary. Okay, Bay Area one more time. Bay Area, anybody? Okay, now I'll move the antenna and get Gary in there. KE6QR, go ahead, Gary. KE6QR, go ahead, Gary.
Quebec Romeo, point your beam towards Vallejo, Martinez Vallejo. See if you can catch me. I can hear you on the Bozo Net reflector thing here, but I can't hear you directly at the moment.
Well, I've got you now, Gary, but you're about Q4. Very, very light. I heard you pretty good when you first called in, underneath somebody else even. But it's just conditions, I think, right now it's down, but I moved the antenna up your way and you came way up. KE6QR Lafayette 177, K6MYC, go ahead. He's having trouble with me. Still making kilowatt plus. KE6QR, where'd you go, Gary? Okay, who's the whistler? Okay, I hear you, but boy, oh boy, it's just bloody weak, Gary. Man, oh man, compared to the other night when very Q5. Really, really poor copy tonight. I hear you in there. We've got you logged in, but no readability. KE6QR for a final to me, K6MYC. KE6QR, I heard your 73s that time, Gary, so it's a little better, but boy, oh boy, really weak. Thank you, 73, and we'll see you on Sunday night. Hopefully conditions will be better.
I see. Kilo Echo 6 Quebec Romeo. For some reason, you were picking on the Lafayette, but I'm not in Vallejo. Charlie Mike 88, Charlie Mike 88, Vallejo.
Yeah, maybe I was doubling with you. I thought you turned it over to me. But we copied you that time about Q3, readability 3. Are you copying them at all up there, Frank? How about you, Rob?
Hopefully I hear them. Yeah, barely hearing the mic, over.
Okay. Good evening, Oakley. And I've got KWA6AXX standing by on frequency for you, Ken. He looked up Steve's phone number, and he's got 3 different phone numbers for Steve, W6SSW. He wonders if you made calls and had any success with the phone calls, over.
Yeah, K6MYC and 6RO. Just before we go on with that, Gary just wanted to make sure that you knew he was in Vallejo and not whatever, some other town. Anyway, if Ed has some information, that's good. I think I have all 3 phone numbers from that paid search that I did, but I didn't follow up on anything today. The major accomplishment was getting my driver's license renewed and a real ID, and I've been driving with an expired license for nearly 4 years, and I figured they'd ask me about that, but no sweat. I just went right through there. I was in and out in less than an hour, so I'm legal now. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to Kaiser and see if there's a worm in my head causing my memory loss. Go ahead.
Yeah, now you have a good ID. Now you can vote early and vote often. Over.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could vote anyway, but now I can drive legally.
I'm kidding you. Let's see, Ed, are you copying Ken over there?
Use Q1, so sorry. So why don't you just pass along quickly if you can.
Okay, he's got the 3 phone numbers, but it would be good to compare them. So, Ed, maybe you could make a transmission, Ed, and maybe, can you rotate, Ken?
I'll try. I have to over-travel it. We'll see.
Okay, he's in Los Gatos.
I can usually hear him, especially on the other bands, who for some reason, I'm pointed essentially at you. Hang on.
He's going to rotate toward you a little bit, Ed, and see if that clears it up. I don't want to have to try and repeat 3 phone numbers here. It'd be better if he just listened to him. He's got 3 phone numbers for Steve also, and they're probably the same, but wouldn't be bad to compare.
Okay, just need to relay or pass along the last 4 digits of each number. That'll do it.
Is that good for you, the last 4 digits of each number, Ken?
I don't have numbers with me at the moment. They're on my office computer.
Okay, well, can you write down just the last 4 digits, or do you want the whole number?
The last 4 is fine, and you can report back in later or something.
Okay, just the last 4 then. Are you hearing him now, Ed?
Yeah, I am. So 7173-0276-8937. I'll repeat 7173-0276-8937. Go ahead, Oakley.
Yeah, and what's the first one? I got the other 2.
You said the first one pretty quickly, and you really hadn't cleared up. Your audio hadn't cleared. Give him the first number one more time, Ed. WA6AXX and 2N6RO, Ken in Oakley, K6MYC. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, okay, Ken. Yeah, the first one was a ham friendly 7173. 7173. Go ahead.
QSL 7173. I'll check them. I got some other things to do in the next hour, but I'll check it out and I'll report back tomorrow night. Now that I got my license, I can drive over there and knock on the door and see what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think you've only got, 10 or 15 miles to drive there. Very good. Ed, thanks for the help on that one, or the help to confirm. And we'll see what happens. You won't be able to confirm anything. I guess we have 432 tomorrow. So yeah, we could coordinate if there's something wrong with any of those numbers or different, Ed. Then we can sort it out tomorrow. Over.
Okay. Yeah, I'm babysitting tomorrow night. I'll take my iPad. Hopefully, I can check in. But if not, then Sunday. Very good. WA6AXX.
Yeah, Sunday night, okay, too, so don't panic on it. It's not the end of the world here. Steve's been missing for a month and a half, so one day, one way or the other, isn't going to make any difference, and it's not going to change whatever's going on in his life there. Hopefully it's just not a bad thing, maybe all very benign, and we're worried over nothing. Over.
Yeah, like you said earlier, hopefully he's having fun in Europe or something. Very good.
Yeah, maybe he got into some fun loop in France or something, or who knows. We could only guess. All right, thanks, guys, and good to hear you, Ken. Anything else to report up there before you get away? N6RO, and I got it's KE6QR. I keep putting him in Lafayette, and he's not. He's in the other one. Over.
Yeah, Vallejo. Yeah, okay. Only thing to report is we got the holes dug. I think I reported that already for the UHF tower and also a guide post for the 40-meter tower. And I'm planning to rebuild that broken European 2-meter 7-element and fix it on the tower, fix it at about 70 degrees, and hook it up to the stack match. Then I'll have 7/5/7 in some combination. But the main thing is we got to figure out the cabling because it's a new location and farther than the mast that I'm using right now. And tomorrow night, if we can't really communicate on 432, I can move Ed to 6 or 2, and I'll point at him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can coordinate one way or the other on either on 432 tomorrow night. Ed, Ken's got a broken antenna right now. By the way, have you received a new driven element?
No, I was going to ask about it. I guess, was Robert going to send one?
Well, he isn't until you call him because he wants to confirm the model you have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah, do that. I did talk to him earlier in the week or last week. So it's all set and no problem. It's just a matter of, I didn't think that there was that much difference. They could send any one of about 5 driven elements. They're all the same. Apparently, they're not all the same. The tip lengths are a little bit different, but I think any of them would actually work. So it's best to have the right one for the right model. However, go ahead.
Yeah, right. It's the 21 element version. I don't have the nomenclature in my head, but I can find it.
Okay, it's been changed to a wavelength now. I think it's 432.3 or 5 wavelength or something, but it used to be the 440 ATV 21. Just tell him it was a 440 ATV 21 amateur TV, because that's what we sold it as originally. And then a lot of people were quite brilliant hams. You know, we have these hams that say, well, I can't use that antenna. It's only made for TV. Over.
All I need is education.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look it up. I thought that maybe he would have the record of the purchase of this thing, but I'll find it myself.
He has a record of the purchase, but it's just easier if you just tell him. Here's all you have to say. It's a 440. It's just an ATV 21. Amateur TV 21 element, and he'll know what you're talking about. Over.
Okay, good. That's something new. It was different, in the instruction sheet or order or whatever it was. Anyway, we'll take care of it. Getting this license renewed really lifts a big stress off my shoulders. So I feel like I've been trapped for the last 3 years, worrying about getting stopped without a license. So now I'm free to free as a bird.
Well, good for you. Keep it under 100 miles an hour, chances are you wouldn't get stopped anyway. 7-3, Ken. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, the only thing that I could do 100 was a Porsche that I had in my midlife crisis days. Now I've got a Prius. It won't do 100.
Yeah, on a good day downhill with a back wind, huh?
Yeah, probably would that way.
Okay. See you later.
Roger. N6RO clear.
Okay, did I hear somebody else in the background wanting to check into the 2-meter Bozo Net? I'm going to Clear Lake and then into Sacramento, but I'm still looking toward the Bay Area more or less. Over.
KM6HK.
KM6HK. Good evening, Dan. What a stranger. Thank you. 803.
Okay, I might have missed that. You copy 803?
I got your 803.
All right, very good. 73, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. I didn't know if you were monitoring about that or not. That was yesterday, but I'll take it. 73, thank you. I'm only 87.
GGY was in there.
Who was it?
GGY, Bozo 884.
There he is, GGY 884. We got you, Phil. Pretty weak at the moment, but I'm not pointed at you, but we got you. WB6GGY, you still haven't raised that antenna up, I know. When it gets higher, you're going to be really loud, over. And you'll also be able to hear me. He's running 150 watts and he can't hear me. That's what happens when you put your antennas low, guys.
Got you, Phil. Yeah, he can hear you, but I guess you can't hear him. WA60IB. Good evening, Phil.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it. WB, I cannot copy him. He's faded off. He was a pretty good copy when he was looking at San Francisco, but he's faded off on me. WB6GGY 73. Thank you, Ken.
Should be better. Better?
Roger.
Okay, we got you, Phil.
73, thank you.
Betcha.
Somebody else was in there, too, mixing around.
Now, I heard that somebody else messing around. Let's go Clear Lake. Anybody in Clear Lake, N1PPP, or anybody, K6MYC, Bozo Net.
N7WT, number 657-657, over.
N7WT, holy cow. What a strange call that is. I don't know who the hell that is. I called last night. N7WT, K6MYC, how are you?
I'm okay. Let me get this another thing muted here. Okay. Now I can hear you. Yeah, I just haven't been around, Mike, and I can't get a hold of Richard, so I don't know if he's home yet or not. Over.
Yeah, he's home. We've worked Richard on 6 and I think on 2 meters as well. Over.
Okay, I tried to call him tonight, and I couldn't get a hold of him, so I just assumed he hadn't got home yet.
He's home. He seems to be fine. He had a little bit of a jet lag earlier in the week, but he's fine.
Okay. Well, anyway, one of the things I just kind of, because I've been having such a terrible time copying you until tonight, I just kind of get disturbed about every time you hear me, but I can't hear you. It's finally I can hear you a little bit, over.
Yeah, we're hearing you. You're fine. And I think Ken's hearing you as well. Go ahead, Ken. VA60IB, Ken. Well, maybe it wasn't Ken. Maybe it was somebody else. Was that you, Rob?
I'm hearing Larry, but it wasn't me. How you doing, Larry? N7WT, KM6SRR.
Hello, Rob. KM6SRR, N7WT. Good evening. Back to you, Mike.
Yeah, okay. And we should have not Richard, but Daniel. Daniel should be in here. KE7UQL. How about it, Richard? I'm sorry. Come on, brain. Daniel, KE7UQL. Go ahead. K6MYC.
Roger. This is 272 KE7UQL. We got you.
And we got you too. Fine signal. Good to hear you. And it was a pleasure to work you on 40 meters the other day, over.
Oh, yes, Roger. HF is fun to do after you work weekly CHF station, over.
I'm back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're back, you can say hello to Daniel and Larry. They're both on frequency here. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I know. I've heard them both. I was across the room behind the desk, and I couldn't get around to the microphone. Hi, guys. WA60IB is here.
5 and 9 here, Ken, N7WT.
Yep, you're the same here. Good to hear you. Good to hear you. It's been a few days that you've been missing, so it's good to hear you again. And Daniel, you too. WA60IB.
Roger. Yeah, I just had a few other things to do and kind of
just disappointed I was not hearing you guys the last few weeks. I just sort of did other things, and anyway, I'm back again. Over to you, Daniel.
Okay, Roger. Hello there, Ken. Thanks for the shout. KD7U2L.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. You guys are both sounding good here tonight. All right. Thank you, Mike. WA60IB.
All right. Very good, guys. Let's see if Richard's in here. KD6 Bravo Queen, KD6BQ, K6MYC. Richard?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC with Larry and Daniel out there. KD6BQ, number 249, over.
Well, got your 249. Say hello to Larry. He wasn't sure if you were back yet, over.
Yeah, well, I'm half back anyway. I'm still thinking it's time to be sleeping, but it'll eventually get better. So good evening to you, Larry, and I was hearing you a lot louder than Mike, over.
Oh, of course, you're 20 over 9 here, Richard, and I tried going 220 several times, and maybe you must have just turned the radio on. That's why I couldn't get you. Over you, Richard.
Yeah, I think my 220 FM antenna is pointed straight west or something like that, so you're off the side of it, over.
Okay, that's why maybe I couldn't get through. I assumed you hadn't got back yet, or you were still on jet lag or something, over.
Yeah, I was calling you on Sunday and Monday night on 222, but couldn't get you.
Roger, I wasn't around then. I just decided to be something else. Anyway, we're holding Mike up here. I'll let you get back up to Mike. But go ahead, Mike. You guys came up to 5 and 9. I hope it's still there. Hey, 6NYC and 7WC, over.
Well, we're experiencing that springtime chop that we had last year, all chopped up, but it's Q5, but it sure sounds terrible. Anyway, good copy, Larry. 73s, and I don't know what's happened to Dale. I have not heard Dale now for about 2 weeks, so you might have to put a pointy stick under. Maybe he's still working on getting that tower up, over.
He's got the tower up on 6, but he hasn't changed his 2-meter beam. It's still vertical. He's waiting for warm, dry weather to change the vertical on his his Yagi beam, which is vertically polarized. He's got to finish the horizontal. That's what he's this will happen sometime this spring.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure he'll get in there. It sounds like he's motivated. He's got skin in the game now with the money in the tower and that sort of stuff. So I'm sure we'll start to hear him more regularly as time goes on there. Thanks for checking in, Larry. And we'll look for you guys tomorrow night, you particularly on 432, and hopefully we'll get Richard and his smashing 5 watts as well, over.
Roger. We'll see you then, 7WC.
Okay. All right, I'm going back towards Sacramento because I missed Sacramento to get to Nevada here.
Hey, Mike, WA6LOL.
Yeah, hi, Dave, WA6LOL, and I assume you're coming down this Friday?
I am. I can't wait to see you guys, yeah. I'm going to come down Friday afternoon there and check into the Piccadilly, and then I'm going to go around to a couple of metal places, too, down there, I think. Hey, I think I've got a worm on the brain. You know, I had 10 dB sun noise all day long. I couldn't work any EME today. It was horrible. It was just over 10 dB, and it never went away. And when I'd aim at the sun, I could take my beam one way or the other, elevation and azimuth, and it was the sun and the moon were so close together that it just wiped everybody out.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. SFI is very high, 277 right now. So the sun is very active. I could hear it also swinging through this morning. I got up very early by accident. I woke up at 6:45. So I was in the shack before 7 o'clock, and I was looking on 6 meters, and I came up from due west around watching the meter. And boy, when I got toward the east, when I was looking into the sun, I watched the S meter really climb, so it was bad sun noise today.
It was really horrible. You know, now when the eclipse happened, the sun and the moon were right there together, and I didn't notice any noise at all off the sun. So this was, and I was just telling a buddy of mine down in New Zealand there that that I was immune from sun noise because during the eclipse I didn't, and then today happened, and it was just really something. So somebody said that there were 5 from 100 hours on, and that was about 1,800 hours that I was talking to them. They said there were 5 big events, and 2 of them were rated, I don't know, anyway, some kind of a really high rating. So, yeah, so I guess that's what's going on. So, I don't know how long do things like this last? Is it going to die off quickly?
Well, usually the residual effect, the SFI holds up for a few more days. As long as it's over 200, then the 6-meter conditions can continue. But everybody's reporting, even though the SFI has been up for 4 days, over 200, nobody's seeing anything major. Just nothing going on that I'm hearing from the guys out here on the West Coast. Minimal openings, but nothing to get excited about. So it should happen. I would say the next 4 or 5 days could be really interesting. So I would keep an eye on it. When you have a lunar eclipse, the moon is blocking the sun. You're going to get some knife edging around the sun with noise, but it's not going to be major. So the bulk of the noise coming from the sun, if it is noisy that day, is going to be blocked at least a little bit. But you didn't have a full eclipse either, but the eclipse would certainly impede it. Something else I wanted to say about sun noise and eclipses and stuff. With your array, your minimum sun noise, you should always see no less than 5 to 6 dB. That would indicate an array gain of 20 or 21 dB and a good noise figure.
Hey, Mike.
Go ahead.
Yeah, K6USY. I was going to let you know I've been watching the propagation maps for 6 meters, and there's tons of activity, but it's all east of the Rockies. K6USY.
Yeah, that's what they told me. Everybody's east of the Mississippi or east of the Rockies. So it's just going to get to us, but it's a day late or something. We don't know why it's not getting to us. It might be the time of the year, the time of the tilt of the angle, and the angle of the dangle, and all the rest of that. So who knows? That's why we call it the magic band.
Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, that was really something. So it's, I guess it's going to be a few more days that I'll put up with it. So anyway, yeah, all right, Mike. Well, anyway, good talking to you. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys Friday night there, and I'll give you guys a holler when I get down that way. K6MYC and the gang, WA6LOL.
Okay, very good, Dave. Good to hear you.
Good evening, Dave. WA6LOL, KM6SRR. Well, hi, Mr. Rob. I have to call you Mr. now because you're an extra class. Hey, don't hold it against me. Anyway, hey, did you find that metal that you're looking for, the mast, over? I called around, and that the iron, what was it, something Iron Works, they had a 20-foot chunk of it. I'm just trying to find how I can not have to buy a whole 20 feet and waste 10 feet. So I'm getting close, though. So Roger there. Hey, Mike, you were telling Dave that you needed a piece of steel. What about aluminum cord wall, over?
Well, aluminum for what he wants would be okay, but it's a lot more springy. It's better if he can put steel in there. The aluminum is tough enough and wouldn't break, but it's springy, and he needs something that's really rigid. I would say steel would be a better choice. SAE 4130 or equivalent SAE 4130. Don't just get pipe, Dave.
So tubing, I guess, I'm going to write that down. SAE 4130. What about going with something less than quarter wall, Mike?
I wouldn't go less than 3/16 or 180.
Okay, maybe like 3/16 or 180 180,000.
Yeah, that's just shy of 3/16, so it's as close to 3/16 as you can get. It's a pipe wall thickness. Yeah, that's fine. Again, 4130 or equivalent. You have to say or equivalent because there are stuff that's better. SAE 4130 is good. There's something even better, but you don't want to go much weaker than that. Over.
Yeah, this one place I talked to was talking about what carbon, I guess carbon tubing, and but anyway, that's the place that wanted. They had 20 feet, and they cut it. They said you still got to buy the 20 feet. So I'm like trying to find a way not to waste 10 feet because I'm not going to be using the other. But you know that makes it a little easier if I've got 3/16 or .180 options. So anyway, I'll see what I can do with that.
Now, what do they want for the whole chunk? And I may buy half of it.
Well, they wanted $313 for 20 feet.
Okay, so about $160 for 10 feet. That's not cheap, but it's good stuff, is it? Well, you said it's high carbon steel.
Well, yeah, I asked for tubing. It's quarter wall tubing, and if you're interested, I could get the details on it. But they said it was quarter wall 2-inch, and then the other guy said that he thought that it was carbon steel.
Yeah, well. You may confuse them, but they better goddamn well, pardon the expression, they better know what the hell SAE 4130 is. That's not good enough to say high carbon steel. I mean, nobody's going to buy anything for commercial use if you don't know the SAE. Standard American Engineering Standard is what that is, SAE. I think that's what it stands for. So you don't, everything is SAE or has some government coding that tells you what class and how strong it is. There's better stuff. 6180 or whatever the hell the next one is, 7077 or something. But SAE 4130 is really, really good stuff. And it's all expensive. It's all expensive. So if you want to cut it into two pieces, I'll buy one from you.
All right, great. Well, what I'll do then is just make sure I will call them tomorrow, and then because they said it would cut it, they'd cut it, and so I will call them and I'll find out exactly what it is. Get that as a SAE number or equivalent to that, and get a good description of it. Then I'll let you know. Make sure that that's what you want.
Yeah, equivalent or better is what you want to say. Equivalent or better, equal to or better than. So that's good. That's good. Okay. And it's probably a 21-foot piece. They all come in 21s. They don't make them 20s. They say 20, but it's really 21. So just have them cut it in half, and that'll be fine. Over.
Yeah, that's what they said. You're right. It was a little over 20. It was. I think I lost the paper here on it. Yeah, that's not it. But yeah, I think it was 21 or something like that. So, all right. Well, I'll give you a call tomorrow. I'll find out.
Okay. And what we can do is you can just drop it at the plant. If you pick it up Friday, if you come down early enough, you can just drop off the extra piece at the plant.
Okay, that sounds good.
You know where the plant is, right?
Yeah, I've been over there.
I thought you had. Okay, just drop it off and talk to Matt or Robert or Wyatt and tell them I bought it. And actually, they can keep it there if they want. Maybe they can sell it to somebody that needs a 10-foot piece. A lot of people can't handle a 20-footer, and so the 10s are nice.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. So, okay. Well, I'll call you tomorrow before I actually do it and make sure that we're getting the right stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Mike, would chromoly steel be a good one?
Yeah, chromoly is what that is. SAE 4130 chromoly. That's what they say. That's the brand or the type name. Over.
Roger.
KR6MR.
KR6MR. Good evening, John. How are you?
Old and tired. Bozo 759.
Yeah, I'm pointed toward Nevada. Let me come down your way, John. rotating now your way, and I'll probably pass you, but I'm going to be good. Anyway, good evening to you, John. KR6MR, K6MYC, Bozo Net. The wrong button, John. I missed all of that. I'm back in your direction, more or less. Over.
Okay. Also checking that bill. 6KD, Bozo 776.
Is he not able to get on his own?
Bill, you still there?
I'm here. I just don't hear him.
Gotcha.
I hear you.
Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, I think I heard you say go ahead, Bill. It's KO6KD 776 checking in, and I'll get out of here. It's getting late. So, anyway, yeah, very poor conditions tonight, Mike.
Not really. I just haven't been pointed at you. Over.
Oh, well, hello. Hi there. You want to sit down? I got a chair here.
That's all right.
Okay, yeah, the band is up and down. I guess that's what's going on. Yeah, it's up and down quite a bit. Anyway, good evening, everybody. I'll go and get out of here. You're running late, and I'll hopefully be around. Maybe see you guys in the morning, KO6KD.
Yeah, fine, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC. I should be there. I should be there in the morning. I can't promise it. Sometimes I don't wake up. This morning I woke up an hour and a half early. I thought I misread the clock. I thought it was 5 to 8, and it was a quarter to 7 or something. By the time I got dressed and in the shack, it was still 6:55. Over.
Yeah, I was wondering why you even got there before I did, and that was pretty amazing. But okay, anyway, well, we'll play it by ear and see how it works out. And so anyway, okay, well, I'm stepping on John's time here. He wants to say some words to you as well. So I'll get out of here. I'm going to go take care of some stuff, and we'll catch you guys later. Good evening, everybody on the Bozo Net, KO6KD.
Yeah, has Darren checked in?
I haven't heard Darren this evening. I heard him earlier today, John.
No, I haven't heard him either.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead, John, and we'll see. I'll give Darren a chance to get in if he's in here. Otherwise, we'll look for the Reading boys. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay, Mike. I heard you last night calling for the Sacramento group. You had one long transmission with all of our call signs, and then you disappeared. I tried calling and calling, but I guess you didn't hear me.
No, again, I did not hear anything. I'm sorry. Over.
Yeah, well, maybe next week.
Yep. Okay.
I've got to run. It's getting late. I'm past Mommy's curfew.
Yeah, okay. Go do your thing. 7-3. We'll see you tomorrow night on 432. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Okay, 73 is Mike. See you tomorrow. KR6MR.
Roger, Roger. Okay.
Yeah, Bill.
KD6SW, KD6SW, K6MYC, Reading, Reading. I hear 145, your readability 2, readability 2, readability 2. Really down, over. Okay, let's see if I can hear Jerry, KO6HS, KO6 Hotel Sierra, K6MYC. Jerry, over.
KO6HS 23
Q5, you're stronger than Rich at the moment. For some strange reason. He's been down lately. I wonder if he's got something wrong with the system, or maybe the antenna's moved or something. But no, you're Q4 to 5, Q4 to 5. Very weak, but stronger than Rich. Over.
Roger. Yep, we found a sign over here, so maybe it's just the location or just some weird propagation, but signals are down generally all over. Signals are down. They're just weak, but we're barely squeaking through, so we're doing our best. Over.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing you. You're doing squeaky through here, but squeaking through is about it. It's just about that weak. But it's Q5 or Q4 and a half anyway. It's not comfortable conversation, but at least it's Q5. Hi. Very good, Jerry. Thanks very much, and same to you, Rich. I appreciate you guys being there. I'm just sorry we don't have conversational type of communications, but maybe once the weather starts to warm up, we'll get some of that. It's been very windy, and I think the windy conditions are disturbing the inversion. The windy conditions are disturbing the inversion, and that's why we don't have any tropo here. 7-3 guys, K06HS and KD6SW, K6MYC. 7-3 guys.
All right, 7-3. You came up a bit there, so maybe Rich would be better. I'll let him get in there and give a shot. We'll see you later, KO6HS.
Yeah, lots better. Go ahead, Dave. Rich.
Dave.
Go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, they've doubled this. KD6SW. Yeah, signals are up right now, so that's the way it goes.
Yes, that's the way it goes. It's been that way all night. But I think that the tropo is just really disturbed because it's been windy across the whole state. Just windy enough to screw up the inversions. And there are a little bit of them left, but there's hot spots and poor spots, and so it's just like we were driving through the mountains yesterday, and we were hitting hot and cold spots regularly. And that's kind of what we're experiencing here, only in the terms of tropo. All right, 7-3 guys, and we'll see. We'll look for you, Rich, tomorrow on 432. So far, we've heard nothing lately, but maybe we'll surprise each other tomorrow on 432. KD6SW, K6MYC, 7-3.
Okay, yeah, we'll give 432 a shot. I heard you on last Thursday, but could not get through you. 7-3, KD6 stopping red.
Okay, did you try CW? Did you go to CW?
No, I didn't. This time around, negative.
Okay, well, I can always tell CW is in there if there's even a trace of it. But if you don't have it, I understand. Well, I'm running about 800 watts, so that's why you're probably hearing me better than I'm hearing you. I do have a good preamp. It's out at the antenna. So I'm hearing well, but I can't make up for huge power differentials. 7-3, Rich, and let's hope it gets better tomorrow. K6MYC. Bye-bye for now.
All right. So long, then, Mike. Take care.
Okay. Anybody else in Sacramento? KE6ILX, N6RZJ, KW6T, AJ6 Queen Lima. Who am I forgetting here? K6 Whiskey India Sugar is missing. K6WIS. Paul, where are you? K1YQP, haven't heard him for ages. K1YQP, over. Okay. We're running pretty late here. Maybe everybody's gone away. All right, 7-3s, guys. We'll go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed, and maybe we'll try for Eddie, and then we'll call it a night. Rob, over.
Sounds good, KM6SR.
KM6Y 195, testing that, please.
195, I got you, Mike.
Roger.
Okay, I'm coming into the Bay Area. Late checks are missed. Bay Area, late checks are missed. KB6 Whiskey Fox Charlie, KB6BA, KT2G, KD6 SOK. Anybody else? K6MYC Bozo Net. All quiet on the western front. K6BVP. I guess he doesn't have a transceiver right now, so we won't hear Vlad in here yet. Okay, we got KE6QR in Vallejo, and I guess he's going to be weak until I start putting him in the right town. When I tell him he's in Lafayette, he's really weak. He's in Vallejo. Anyway, QR's had one more time. Late checks or missed in the Bay Area, K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net. Nothing heard. Let's go and get Eddie.
Okay, Mike. Hey, did Course Cold make the Bay Area look bad? Over.
Pretty much. Yeah, we got 6, I think. We got TU, we got Frank, we got KM6HK, WB6JNP, K6BBG, and KG6 Charlie Echo Fox.
Yep, that's 6 by my count.
Yep, and the only one we missed was OJD, KD6 OJD, Old Jewish Doctor, or Old Jack Daniels, as the case may be.
Yeah, I think he likes Jack Daniels.
I think he does. I'd like to have him check in once in a while just to know he's still got a radio that works.
I think I heard him over on 10 meters one time, over.
Did you? Well, darn. Got to jab him with a pointy stick. Just tell him to spend 10 seconds and check in. We'd love to hear him.
Roger. That was the old-time radio. I think they do that on Sunday nights.
Oh, okay.
What about Lake is it? KE6BK, Eddie, on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net, KE6BK, K6MYC, and KM6.
Stand by, Dave.
Standing by.
KM6SRR, KE6BK, Easton Rob.
Good evening, Eddie. Good to hear you there. I hope we're not too late for you. Over.
Oh, no, we're still sitting here. Yep, headed on.
All right, we appreciate you there. The dedication to hang around for us. That's a good one there. Thank you. Over.
Roger. Thanks for picking me up, guys. Did you have supper yet?
Yeah, we've had supper. KE6PK. Good evening, Eddie. K6MYC.
K6MYC. KE6PK. All right. Well, good. We gotta let you go there, and so you can go get some supper. But yep, you've already had it. Well, now it's time for a snack, though.
Yes, it is, and I'm going to go in and have my birthday cake. It was birthday day yesterday, but we had dinner and special things today, but we didn't have time for dessert. So we're going to go get some birthday cake and ice cream as soon as we get in, and as soon as we sign out with Eddie. Over.
Yeah, Roger's on that. Well, happy birthday there, and we will catch you guys later on. Take care, everybody.
I'm 39 for the third time.
MYC and KM6SRR, KE6BK, 73, guys.
73, Eddie.
73, Eddie. Yeah, you doubled with Mike there. He didn't get your 39 joke.
No, but that's all right. I'm not going to repeat it. 73, Eddie. Good night for now. K6MYC. Thanks for hanging in there. Okay, I think we're done. I got pretty good numbers here. I got 38, I think.
Yep, I got 38 also. So you're going to have some ice cream too. Well, you've upped the ante on that one. Over.
Oh, it's a birthday thing.
Oh, yeah. You'll come up with all kinds of excuses, huh? Okay. Well, happy birthday again there, Mike. Enjoy it.
Okay, very good. And we'll see you tomorrow night on 4:32, and we'll set the time that you're going to come and pick us up.
Roger, that'd be great. It'd be good to see what kind of a presentation Aaron's going to give us. Over.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. watts and a wire.
Yep, I'm going to sell T-shirts.
Are you? 100 watts and a wire by K6USY.
Company other that makes them, it just says 100 watts and a wire.
Yeah. It's okay if the wire's 100 feet up.
Yeah, I need to get mine up higher, but I don't know, man. When 40 meters is doing its thing, last night after the net, I was talking to my buddy over in Santa Cruz, and we had people from San Diego, LA, and Oregon popping in, and everybody was 10 over. So when the band's working, it's working.
Yeah, that's a very unusual evening because normally there's no such thing as short skip. That's probably because the SFI is so high and the band's all screwed up. But normally you won't hear those guys in the evening.
Yeah, no, it started to go long, and I couldn't hear my buddy as well in San Diego over on the coast because we were the closest. But the stations down in SoCal and Oregon were still booming in. So yeah, we could tell the band was starting to lose it.
Yeah, it gets later it goes, it gets longer and longer and longer.
Was that on 40?
Yes, sir. My antenna's not up very high, so I pretty much just get NVIS propagation. So yeah, when the band's cooking, I can pretty much hear anybody in California.
You know what NVIS means, Robert?
Oh yeah, we experiment with those kind of antennas at the INCOM group, Aries Races group. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Near vertical incident. Okay, just some people don't know what that means, and if it gets thrown around too much and you don't know what he's talking about, you kind of drift off into Never Land. All right, I don't have an NVIS antenna. I should probably take one of these dipoles that's laying on the roof and put it at 20 feet.
Yeah, I call it a sky warmer antenna.
Cloud warmers.
Yep, you forget, Mike, an extra knows about those things. Over.
Yes, extras do know about those things if you listened and you did a good job studying.
And we get called Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Egan.
Yeah, they usually call him Mr. Rob. Over.
Rotten Robbie.
Roger. But the NVIS ones that we're using in the Aries Races group, we're only putting those about 6-10 feet off the ground. Over.
Oh yeah, that's good. Anything that would give you a reflection for 40 meters, 8 to 10 feet above ground, that gives you a vertical pattern. A vertical above, not vertical, but vertical, not straight up and down, but not vertical polarization, but straight up.
The angle of the dangle, right?
That's the one. It's, well, I won't say it.
Okay, wise man.
Yeah, us old guys don't have those anymore.
Yeah, K6ZKA is listening.
Oh boy. She knows what you're talking about. You got one of those pointy things too, don't you?
You forget, Aaron, she's a teacher and she knows a lot from her students. Over.
Oh yeah, and she keeps learning all the fun, inappropriate words.
All right, guys, I'm going to go in and get my ice cream and cake before it melts. 7-3.
Hey, good night, Mike. Happy birthday. WA6LO. Thanks for picking up half of that. That worked.
The fridge.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave and Aaron doubled. Over.
Oh.
That's right.
With Aaron, sorry about that. Happy birthday, Mike, and thanks for picking up half of that. That makes it work. So I'll call you tomorrow before I actually buy it. So good night, guys. Good night, Aaron and Rob.
It's okay. I copy you stronger than Aaron most of the time when I'm not pointed that way. When I'm pointed north toward you, he's stronger than you are. But when I'm pointed away from you, you're stronger than he is. Go figure.
Well, it's that angle of the dangle.
That's the one, yeah.
Howdy, Dave. Well, hello. How are you, Ken?
Oh, I'm here. I've been listening.
Oh, yeah. Hearing all this talk about angle of the dangle and stuff and brain worms.
Something like that. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you on Friday there.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I get to come down. I really missed you guys last month, and I'm going to